What's happening, everyone? My name is Orchard, and long time no see. I've decided to get back into making content and stuff, but then realised that compared to my PC hardware, my streaming and recording hardware was way out of date. So today's video is going to be upgrading all of that stuff and bringing my setup out of 2019 into 2024 for whatever the fuck we're going to get up to. I'll be honest, I don't have a plan. I don't have a game that I'm solely no life in like I did Fortnite back in the day. I don't know what we're going to do, but we're going to have fun doing it. We're going to hit record when we play games and hopefully get a video out of it, and then even go live sometimes and chill, play random games, watch videos, just have a good time. Do it for the right reasons rather than back in the day hoping to kind of just chase it for the wrong reasons because a certain game was blown up at the time. So yeah, I've rambled anyway. The video, upgrading the setup, what was supposed to be a 1 week upgrade that turned out to be around 3 weeks because I decided I needed a couple more pieces to make it just perfect. So thank you for watching. Let's get into the video. Merry Christmas, everyone. I hope you had a good one. So here's my plan for the next couple of days. I was given the Facecam Pro, the pedal and the mouse that you see there as a Christmas gift. So what I want to do is take that as an excuse to tear down the entire setup, give everything a deep clean, and also make a couple of adjustments that I want to make before I get back into making content and streaming and stuff like that. So what I want to do is shift this desk left as far as it'll go, and also do the same with the dual monitor arm, shift that as far left as that can comfortably go, to reclaim the right hand side of this desk for either a tripod mount like you see there, but most likely it will be for an Elgato key light, as this room without the big light on, the big ceiling light, really struggles with low light situations, so a key light would be perfect. I also want to shift those drawers to the right as well as the desk to the left to reclaim this little cubby down here. Now in there is going to go a second PC, but not for a game PC, stream PC setup. I don't think that's something I require, but I think having a second PC as a media PC for my TV and also as a storage place for files and data and stuff like that would be perfect. So the PC situation right now is this. This is my 5000T Corsair case with 13900K and with a 4090. Now this was my main PC. This was a 10900K with a 3090, and those were two water blocked CPU GPU combo. Now the 3090 is now here, it's dead. When that died, I ordered this build, and while I was waiting on it, I installed that AIO and a little 3050 to get me through. And when this arrived a year ago, this went into the cupboard and hasn't been seen since. So I want to put that in that gap there, but the O11 Dynamic XL is a chunky boy case that would just make that a super uncomfortable fit. Even if we do shift those drawers along, we would have to put them pretty close to where the door is, and I'm not comfortable doing that. So we got a case with a slightly smaller footprint, which is this 4000D airflow, and we've got some of the fans that go with that airflow, and we're going to transport that PC, hi Maggie, that PC into that case, and that's the first thing we're going to do. And then after that we will set the two PCs in place, run all the cables, make sure everything's clean, and the setup will be done. But then that won't be the last thing. The last thing before we start grinding on January 1st will be this cupboard. Now as you can see, there's a lot of clothes in there, and 90% of them I do not wear. This is the product of being an introvert who is gifted clothes for Christmas and birthdays and never wears them, and now you end up with a situation like this. Realistically, I could live off of this side of the cupboard for clothing, so that's what I'm going to do. We're going to be ruthless, throw half of this stuff out, and the half from the left of the divider will be used for storing PC components and collectibles and stuff like that. But that'll be last. That's going to be a real nightmare job, and we also might rearrange all my little storage and kind of showcase shelves here. But first up, let's get this PC torn apart and let's get it into this case. So we've got the Lian Li case torn apart. All of the parts are out over here. Motherboard, CPU, NVMe SSD is still under this IHS, GPU, RAM, SATA SSD and AIO. Not 100% sure whether we'll reuse those white sleeve cables, as they look a bit grotty now, they're a few years old, or we may just switch them over to the standard modular cables that come with the Corsair power supplies. Got 2 sets of those, both are type 4, so they'll both be compatible with this motherboard and build and stuff. So not sure which cables we're going to use, but it's time to get these into that. Alright, so update, we are not going to go with these cables. I thought they were all just like this black sleeving, but they go into these big electrical tape things and they're just really ugly, so we're going with the white ones. Now this is going a bit worse than I expected. Apparently when I rebuilt this from water to air cooling, it was a lot easier because I could see where everything was in the case and I just had to rewire it all back up. Now I'm doing it for the first time, kind of on my own, freeform, just trying to find where things go and stuff, and it's a bit tricky, but we're getting there, so we shall check back in a little while. It is the finished article, but cable management, we're going to get a little test boot on the TV, and then if it works, everything's correct, we will get it cable managed and closed up. So okay. Liquid series for when it actually was a liquid cooled build. Boomski, let's go. Right, so here we go, finished article. Fully built, fully finished, looking nice. Fitted onto the TV, scaling nicely to the TV as well. So now, time to fix all this mess. Alright then, welcome to day 2. Now, slight change of plans. There's the completed PC build. Back panel's all closed up and stuff. Slight change of plans though. We were going to do the setup second and leave this clothes cupboard till last, but I think we're better getting this out of the way today, because we will need somewhere once we do the setup to store the boxes and the PC components that came out of that Lian Li case and that I had lying around, and also somewhere to store the Lian Li case as well. So today's plan is, there's your puppy, just ignore the mess on the floor. Puppy's been enjoying her new Christmas toys, haven't you? You've been enjoying your new Christmas toys? Where's your puppy? Right, so yeah, plan today is to get this clothes cupboard done. Rip out all these clothes, make a pile of stuff that's getting thrown away and a much smaller pile of stuff that's being kept, and work out some space on this side for storing all of these boxes and PC stuff and things like that. Alright, I forgot to get a midway video, but this is the aftermath. 9 black bags full of clothes and stuff being thrown out of that cupboard to be taken away. Guys are coming to collect that either tomorrow or the day after. As you can see in here, this is the finished cupboard. Such a difference. Managed to fit everything I need in that right hand side. Opening up this entire left side for storage, and that also allowed me to clean up this and put some of the more useless stuff away. So yeah, very happy with how this turned out. Now the next job and the final job is to tear down the entire setup, redo it in a way that makes more sense for making content and stuff, give everything a deep clean, and then we are ready to get grinding. So that'll be day 3, and when that's done, the job is complete. Okay, so today's job: tear down the setup, clean everything, set the setup back up, install the new components to the streaming setup, and re-cable manage, which is what all this stuff here is for, and the Gorilla Tape and stuff. Set up these new components, give everywhere a deep clean, and I will try and remember and get a midway video for this part where I forgot yesterday with the clothes, but I will try and get a midway video where everything's torn down, and then we'll do the magic shot of it looking all complete and finished with this second PC setup and the new components in place. So I'll see you in a little bit. Right, so update time. Monitors are as far left as they'll go, as is the desk. Drawers have been pushed right, that's opened up this cubby. I've ran cables from the back for Ethernet, power and HDMI for the TV. Moved the monitors as far left as possible, mic will have to sit there now so that the mic arm can stretch to my big main monitor or my 1080p 360 for when I'm playing like CS, Valorant, games like that. So now it's a case of running the absolute essential cables and starting to use this cable management kit and running the likes of DisplayPort, power for the monitors, stuff like that. Then put the PC in place, start running the peripherals towards it and cable managing as we go. So this is the halfway point. Spare PCs there, big PC there, cables, and the absolute essentials for working out exactly where things are going are already on the desk. So see you with the finished article. So here we have the completed setup. Took me a little longer than anticipated, mostly due to this PC being a bit more difficult than I had thought it would be to build in. But that's obviously because my only previous experience was building in a Lian Li Dynamic XL, which is notoriously easy to build in because of the big back chamber. This one, not so much. Set up the Facecam Pro, set up the Superlight 2. Got its dongle and charging wire nice and close on the back of the desk, and set up the Stream Deck pedal. On here we have Discord mute, Discord deafen, and Spotify pause play. Cable management in general turned out really nice. The only cables you do see go to the PC are the little one running around the back for the pedal, and the one for the microphone, and one for the Facecam Pro, as those cables were just too short to run all the way along the underside of the desk, down and into the back of the PC. So yeah, set up the camera, set up the mouse, set up the pedal. This PC, as I say, a bit tricky to build, but I'm glad we got it done. It has scaled nicely to the TV and is also fully set up for file sharing between the two computers, which will allow me to store, like, you know, memories and stuff like that on a PC that isn't my main PC. This will eventually be going to live down there, so we can hide all the cables going to it behind the drawers. But we need a big piece of wood like this because we don't want to choke out the power supply fan by sitting it on the carpet. PS5's there with a dust cover that will probably come out when GTA 6 rolls out. So yeah, the job that we dreaded the most coming into this was doing the clothes cupboard, and that actually turned out to be one of the easier jobs. And then here's my little display shelves: Tyson Fury sign glove, whiskies, Steam Deck, Call of Duty controller with the main man, Price himself, Dead 3090 that came out in my old build. And then these shelves kind of tell a little story because this is the stuff that I most enjoy nowadays, like Sopranos, Godfather. But back in the day, I was a massive Harry Potter head, so yeah, those shelves kind of show my childhood, my adulthood, and then my main pastime. Yeah, that's the setup then, so let me know what you think of it in the comments down below. Right, now if you're wondering why it's taken 2 weeks from finishing the setup to getting the video out, that's because of this guy here. So after setting it up, I was getting a super grainy, very poor quality image, and I was wondering why, and it was down to the automatic settings for the ISO specifically. Because of the poor light in this room, it was setting that way too high, giving us a really poor quality image. So I had to wait to get the money together and wait on delivery for these two Elgato Keylight Airs. Now luckily, hi Mike, luckily they were in the Amazon January sale for £99 each, and while I was at it I also grabbed this low profile Elgato mic arm. Now if you remember, I had like a high-rise mic arm here, but it would interfere with my mouse hand, and it would also be in the view of the camera when stretched to this monitor. So these are changes that I probably would have had to make in the future, but the poor quality camera really forced my hand and the January sales hit. So the video took a couple weeks longer to get out, but it was well worth it in the end. This is kind of like close to my end game that I was hoping for anyway. So yeah, all good. Side note, the PC is now off the desk in its forever home with all the files transferred, but it can't be switched on until we get the PC wood for it to sit on. So that's it. Anyway, finally finished. Couple extra weeks, but well worth the wait. My 2024 gaming setup. I hope you like it. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and I will see you in the next one.